What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today we have my top 10 most unexpected cards that went up in value. So if you guys like videos like this one, as always, drop a like in the video. If you're new, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to be notified every time we post. You can never miss a video. And if you guys want to show support in these videos, in addition to the liking and subscribing, share, comment, helps us out and helps me know that you guys want to see videos like this one, you like this one, and we'll do more like it. So we always do pack openings of hobby products, retail reviews, things like that, big pickups, card show videos, stuff like that. So you want to see more like it, let me know, and we can definitely do some more. So appreciate all your support as always. So in the background, we got Ant, we got Bane. So that was actually from our most recent video, which is the box battle with Miss Pac-Man. Probably our closest one yet. Came down to the wire. Cast your votes. It is definitely close, and yeah, definitely exciting one. So pulled some awesome cards that she pulled that 2 episodes ago, I think, and that we did select first off the line versus hobby recently. So definitely check that out. And also from our video before that one, we had our big pickup video. So that's where we got the Bane. But that's not the best card from that video. So anyway, let's start with the honorable mention. So I have these ones here. I'll kind of go a little faster through these ones and take my time through those ones and kind of explain why these ones were unexpected. So card 1, you might see me looking to the right a little bit because I wrote down stuff like, the prices, if I could find it, and what I paid to kind of give a better idea. And as always, Pac-Man cards at IG, I post all sorts of stuff on there. So a lot of different things too, just news and stuff that I don't post here. So drop a follow if you haven't. But first card's RJ Barrett. So I bought this one for about $350. Wasn't really an outstanding buy at the time. He had an okay year 1, kind of finished, I think, a little stronger if I remember correctly, and then strong year 2. So at the time I wasn't too kind of confident in the pickup. I thought it was solid. Ended up going up. It's definitely worth more than kind of that $350 now. But at the time I definitely wasn't too confident in how I did. So that one makes the list. Next 2 up, Vladdy. So this is probably several hundred. Bought around a couple hundred. The chrome is about 25. I bought for a little under 25, I'd say, maybe around there. And it's now worth a little under 100. So wasn't sure on these ones, and the reason being is I was slowly getting into baseball. Definitely still not an expert on baseball by any means. So thing is, I thought I bought at peak hype, right? Sometimes you see the guy at the maximum hype. He was #1 prospect. I just didn't think I did too well. It's like, uh-oh. I think it's, he started debuting and he was okay, right? Nothing crazy spectacular. And I was just like, uh-oh. I think I made a mistake. So, bought these. Now, obviously, he's playing extremely well and living up to the hype. But at the time, I remember, I thought it was just another kind of one of those, if you saw my worst purchases, I did worst and best. I included my baseball cards in the worst because at the end of the day, I don't follow or know enough about it. I mainly watch Yankee stuff. I follow baseball a little bit. Not as much as basketball and football. So, I just saw it kind of, I think they went down a bit and I was like, I think I bought it peak hype, but it was still nice to have it because I like Vladdy. So I wasn't too upset about it, but I was unexpected when they went back up. I was surprised to see that. But very happy for him. Congrats to him. That definitely caught me off guard because I thought, I guess I bought at the peak and that's that. Really nothing I can do, but it's a lot of times those super hype prospects, it's tough to live up to that, continue to live up to the hype, which he has done. So big props to him, I guess I'd say. Didn't see it coming, but good for him. Next one is Sexton. Now the Josh Allen rule says that I created for myself is 3 years. Give these guys 3 years before I'm out on them. I was out on Sexton, and this is before the Josh Allen rules in effect. But he followed with some strong years after I was kind of out and like, I don't think too much of him. Glad I kept these. They aren't incredibly valuable cards. Like these aren't like $1 million cards, but they have definitely gone up. And when I thought they wouldn't, and pretty much normally I'd probably sell a bunch of these cards, but never got the time to kind of sort through them and sell them. And thankfully I didn't because he's definitely playing well. He's a good young player, young bull here. And the Cavs should definitely cherish guards since they have like 50 big men. So yeah, good for him. Playing well. Didn't see it coming, but now I'm on board. I think he's a great young player. And it's definitely wrong with that one. So it went up, I guess, and he started playing really well. I was surprised, but certainly unexpected, but happy to see it in the end. Here's McCaffrey. Probably worth in the low $100 range. Bought for 50-ish, somewhere around there. Now he didn't have an amazing rookie year like Zeke, right? Went crazy, and you know that they always say no running backs. Like go quarterback. Don't go receiver. Just go quarterback. And all things considered, I was very surprised it went up because you bought a running back. I bought Zeke, right? And Zeke had a great first few years, right? But he still went down. He played well. Obviously, didn't replicate that first year, which was probably like that crazy year. I remember the hype was ridiculous, but usually most guys will end up going down. McCaffrey obviously played so well. I was able to get this once again 50. Now it's probably in the $100 range. So it was surprising to see it go up, and we're always told kind of just like, oh, it's only the quarterbacks, but CMC here went up, and good to see it. Very happy. Next one is some Aitons here. So bought these. Now these went down after I bought them at wherever they were. He played well then, and then they went back up to where they originally were. So I was unexpected that they went back up after going down. Kind of like, usual when you're down, when a card goes down, you're just like, went down. What can I do? What can I do? But this one went back up. So I guess, yeah, it all worked out in the end, and I broke even. So I pulled this one, the silver, and I bought these other three. I don't think I paid a ton, but these ones weren't the cheapest. I don't remember exactly what I paid. Couldn't really find it for some reason, but eBay's kind of like purchase history thing is kind of like wacky. It's not really working out, but anyway, yeah, kind of went down, but thankfully it rebounded to around what I paid. So happy to see that, because it could have just stayed down, right? Now Jameis here, not worth a ton, probably under 100. Was worth very little, obviously, when he was out of there in Tampa. We really weren't sure what the future was looking at for him, and we were really kind of just like, I don't know what's going to happen. His cards were kind of limbo. So I was personally just, didn't know what to do with it. However, I pulled this from one of my first hobby boxes, and I'm going to keep it regardless. So I'm really happy to have this card. Famous Jameis here, and he's now with the Saints. So wishing the best of luck there. So cool card. Pulled it myself. Happy I kept it. Don't know what he's going to do, but maybe he can have a huge, maybe huge year and ends up being superstar. And all of a sudden this is a $1 trillion card, and then I retire. All right. Second to last one for the honorable mention, Kawhi. If you saw my best purchase video, you saw this one. Probably worth a few hundred, and got it for $2. However, at the time, it still wasn't worth, a crazy ton, where I was like, wow, I just got the deal of the century. It was a good deal, but, stuff like this wasn't really insanely valuable yet. Obviously, the boom, kind of the stuff, you saw a lot of the stuff kind of skyrocket at one point. I think it was a little under 1,000. Now it's in 300s, but, I'm a big Kawhi fan, so still keeping this one. And I was surprised, I guess. It was unexpected when I saw this one go up to whatever it was. So this kind of just like throughout the last couple of years. When I saw it at like 900, I was absolutely stunned. Even now at 300, I never imagined even when I got it for 2, it'd be that much. So happy to get this card. Definitely makes an honorable mention list. Finally, Kamara here. Open 17 Prism Football. Pulled the Mahomes, but these cards, I just kind of put them to the side. Remember, all the Prism rookies were silver that year, and I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff I was like kind of just pushed to the side, especially when you pull the Mahomes. I was like, okay, I mean, everything else I'm just going to put for here. You put it in like those card boxes and just forgot about it for a little bit. Not too long ago, maybe a little while back, I dug this one up. And yeah, he's a very good player, obviously. But at the time, third round running back? What are you going to do? Like, okay, we'll see what happens. I'll put it away. But so rarely do you go through those boxes. All right, let's see who's gone up, So glad this one went up. Good for Kamara, and pulled this one. I mean, 17 Prism was quite excellent. So at the time, I just thought it was nothing, but definitely surprising to see it kind of, him become one of the stars of the league. So that's honorable mentions. Now for the actual top 10 list here. So we have maybe several cards for each kind of player, but I'll go through them, explain why they made the list, in my opinion. And then I'm always curious in your thoughts. What do you think of this list and the honorable mention list? Let me know your thoughts, and also let me know your most, cards that were the most unexpected when they went up. So here we go. Number 10, Campaign. Worth nothing before. Played well in the playoffs. Worth something now. Not a ton, but worth something. Now, why is this one so special? It's a 1 of 1, and it's my first 1 of 1. This is the very first 1 of 1 I pulled from 16-17 Limited. If you go to my oldest videos and scroll just a tiny bit, I think you'll probably see it there. And this one kind of just popped out of the box there as a 1-pack box. And here you go, Campaign. And kind of when I think of him, the most prominent thing I think of is him dancing with Russell Westbrook, and that's it. Now I think of him drilling some threes in the playoffs with the Suns, so that's quite a nice turnaround. Usually, let's see, it's 2016, right? Usually you don't see that kind of turnaround, 15-16 all the way now, like the 2021 season, after all that time bouncing around, G League, things like that. And I'm just really happy for him. So good for him, played well, carved out a role for himself, and definitely didn't expect it to go up from pretty much 0 to something. So that's number 10. Number 9 here is, there we go, is a THT. And actually, whoops, I didn't cover that one. THT. Now, he was on that list of guys last year who you didn't want to pull. At least for me, and I think a lot of us, because we did the Pac-Man break streams, and when we pulled them, we'd be like, Why? Come on, this is not fair, right? We'd all be like, no, all complaining. You see the chat flying, but now he has LeBron's endorsement. Now he's the future GOAT, obviously. But it's probably worth a little over 100, and he was one of the kind of worst to get guys. You know, we joke about that GOAT squad, right? GOAT, Fernand GOAT, Goaty Martin, Tiger GOAT, all these guys. He actually was on that tier, but he's a solid player. I mean, he's definitely a solid player. Superstar, obviously not. Maybe he becomes one. Who knows, right? We don't know. But I was definitely surprised to see him kind of ascend the way he did. So good for him. Now that LeBron said that he's young king status, he'll remain that forever. So good for him. Taylor Horton Tucker there. And I remember many times I sold a big lot of his stuff. He popped off, I think it was like Summer League or preseason, something like that. And I sold a big lot. And then now I have another one here. So good for him. He's a good young player and wish him the best. Next one up, DK Metcalf. Now, why does this one make the list? So this card I bought for less than 20. It's maybe worth a little over 100 now. Now, they always say, once again, go QBs, as we saw with the CMC there. But he was a second round pick. And he had that kind of combine result. This was after his stock soared. That picture of him surfaced where he's just absolutely jacked. I mean, he could probably use a day off from the gym. That's how ripped he was. So then his stock was super high. I remember like Molly from First Take was like, the Giants should take him, something like that, like in the early first round, and everyone was like, you're crazy. But he had a lot of hype. And then he had that combine result, right? All of a sudden his stock just kind of just like fell. I think it was a shuttle. Was it the shuttle? He performed poorly in one of them. He's not quick or something like that. Obviously, he proved people wrong. He ended up being a late second round pick, so definitely fell. And he's a very good player. So, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised to see how it worked out. Now, kind of like LaMelo, if you guys remember my earlier videos, before that 2021 class came out, he was a guy who I thought was cool. I thought he was a cool guy, so I was just planning on collecting him. So I bought this one right after the draft, probably, whenever the set came out, not too long after the draft, when Elite finally came out, maybe a month or two later. And he hadn't really done anything. He's still a second round pick, DK Metcalf. But I was a fan, so I bought a card, 8 of 8. This is the first off the line gold. But yeah, so kind of like LaMelo, I was just like, hey, I think he's cool. I'm gonna collect his cards regardless. He ended up being really good, so this was a good idea. But yeah, they always say don't go receiver, running back if you can help it, go QB. But when running back went receiver and it ended up working out. So yeah, I saw his stock go up, go down, and then go up. And luckily I bought when it was down. So there you go, DK. Next up, we have a few cards here. And get these here. Kevin Porter Jr. So here are the cards we got. So this, I'm going to go with the silver. It's probably about 15 now. Was much lower. So I thought, kind of like, maybe not as hard as like Sexton, that kind of, just get rid of him. I should fully just, sell his cards. Now, he had that incident, obviously. He had that, rookie season where he showed some potential to score. But there's that locker incident, and then he was off the Cavs, G League, now Rockets, right? So I wasn't sure on his ability to consistently produce or his ceiling. And he did have potential, and he clearly shows that he has potential. He's flashing it now, dropped 50, and a good young player with a bright future for the Rockets. But I truly thought it was pretty much over, and it'd probably be my best interest to sell. I didn't sell, thankfully. Kind of same reason with the Sextons. I just never got around to selling the cards, and I still have him. And now he's a player that I consider to have a bright future. Rooting for him. Hope he does well. So didn't see that coming. I thought it was a lot of times you see all those kind of off the court or off field issues, and you're like, uh-oh. Plus, not like he was performing like Zion beforehand, right? He was just playing solid, and I was like, that might be it. So I was out, and then he ends up turning it around, and he's playing well for now. So surprise went up, and good for him. Next one up. Another one I just did not see coming, and this one I truly didn't see coming. I really, truly didn't see it coming. Jordan Poole. When I think of Jordan Poole, I think of our Pac-Man break streams when we're making little jokes, hey, we pulled this guy, we're like, oh, like, boom, and it's not really a boom, right? But he did well. I also remember him and Jaren are friends, so that's what I kind of think of. Now, he wasn't like a scrub by any means. He wasn't, but he was kind of like one of those kind of lower down the list guys who you kind of didn't want. If you got him, all right, it wasn't the worst guy to get, but definitely was far from the best. And not sure on the value. Now I chose the green shimmer one here. I have silver as jersey cards, things like that. But he had a strong year too, played very well. Now got this one from the National. We used to be not happy to pull him though, right? You pull him, you just be like, okay. I remember 1920. We pulled Poole and we'd be like, okay, next card. Hopefully something good's got to be coming, right? Poole is our first auto. It's got to be a Zion coming or a Ja coming. And yeah, but now he's playing very well, so props to him. And he kind of went from not zero, maybe a little above zero to hero. So good for Mr. Poole. Next card up. And here's all right, so this is an interesting one. And this one's, I guess, maybe the most perplexing. But Baker, I got this for a little under 250 not too long ago. So now it's a raw, I would say 750. And these are kind of rough values. 9, I'd say, is about 900. This is the playoff ticket, by the way. Now, the gem base is around 2,000. And so people are up and down. They're split on him. Year 1, rookie year, plays very well. Year 2, not so well. Year 3, bounce back. So this is a big year for him. And maybe kind of hype and potential is definitely driving the value right now. And we'll see how he does. If he can live up to kind of the last year he had and rookie year and capitalizes off of that, then we're in business. But I was definitely surprised to see such a big jump. I mean, it hasn't been that long since I got this card. I mean, I got obviously a while back, but I didn't think it would rise as much as it did. Especially considering just how often I see people split on him. But I'm a fan of Baker, another guy who I always liked, and I didn't pull too much Baker his rookie year. But yeah, so surprised when I checked the value. I actually just I wasn't sure of it when I was looking for some cards to do this. I kind of looked this one up for this video, and then I was stunned to see how much it was. So quickly I put this in the pile to include in this video. Did not think it went up that much. I honestly thought maybe is around the same. I just thought it would be around the same, maybe a little more, right? But yeah, good for Baker. Rooting for him. So this is the playoff ticket. I love Contenders. Contenders doesn't get as much love as it used to, but I'm always gonna love this set. This is one of the my favorite sets for me. The parallel autos, that is. I think I like the cracked dice the most, and I don't really collect too much of the base ones usually. If I can pull them, I'll absolutely take them. But mainly I go for the cracked dice or the championship playoffs. Those ones. There's also like the premiums. I mainly go for just like the paper ones, which is odd to hear, I know, but those are the ones I like the most. Anyway, next one up is Ohtani. So Ohtani definitely makes this list. Surely a surprise. Now, this one's probably several $100. Now, I thought it was a very bad buy. This one to the left I pulled when I bought a case worth of Topps Chrome, but all from different cases. That sounds silly? Yes, it does. So, yeah, my LCS owners would sell me Topps Chrome boxes, and now I would go in at certain different days. So obviously, he sold the previous boxes. It's not like I can go to the same case. But he was like, "Are you sure, dude? Like another one?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me go again." He's like, "All right." And so I didn't really pull much at all. Pulled no case hits. Probably no good autos. My best one was Andujar. So anyway, Ohtani, probably the most like up and down one. So I bought this one for a little under 100, and then a 9.5 sold for a little around the same price after, and I was like, "Oh, terrible buy." I just need to accept that baseball maybe isn't in it for me. Like watching it, maybe I should be collecting too much baseball. But so yeah, paid around 100. His stuff wasn't going up. Remember, he was out, and then obviously he wasn't the Ohtani we see now. So I was like, so much potential. The thought was cool, like he could do so much, but does he reach that potential? And the answer was looking like probably not. Obviously, he has absolutely done it. He's one of the best players in the league. He's playing incredibly, and I'm happy I have these now. But I, at one point, was sure that it was. I mean, maybe he's a good player, but I don't think it'd be great. My people in my LCS, we all agreed, like, yeah, no, you can't keep that up. Pitching and hitting, no, you're not gonna do both. But he has done it. Good for him. Love Ohtani, and really, really, really happy I have these cards. Love this nickname from Heritage, one of my favorite baseball sets. But congrats to him for that bounce back. Next one is Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks, man. So I'm a Grizzlies fan, so I've watched Brooks a good amount. So this is kind of why this one made the list at 3. So all these minus the pink, I bought for about $150. $150, yeah. That's crazy. So the Galactic, the last one sold for about $200. He's a second round pick, right? He's inconsistent. He takes poor shots. It's a poor shot selection. He showed he could play, but he has never had kind of like a big kind of production breakout. His production never popped. And he's hurt us many times. You live by Dylan, you die by Dylan, I used to say, right? And I still say that. Obviously now during the playoffs, he had that big run, definitely put himself on the map, defense, scoring. Don't forget how much he averaged, but he played well and definitely made a name for himself. I can honestly say didn't see it coming from just my early days from I think 17, 18 is when he was drafted. So then until now, I always saw him as a good player, right? But I never saw him as maybe a great player. And he's taken a step towards being like a very good player, but obviously still a way to go. If he can continue that momentum, right, then that'd be good. But does he do that? That's the big question, right? So I hope he does it. I have a lot of cool cards of him, and they used to be dirt cheap. There really wasn't much of a market for his stuff, and now there is. So I didn't see it coming. I never thought that kind of playoff run would happen. That with that, his cards go up, but it did happen. So really happy to see it. And if you watch a lot of Dylan back in the last few years, you know that it's surprising because he will shoot you out of a game, and he will also hit the shot that you never thought would go in and save you guys. But all right. Other ones. Now here is a group of cards before we hit the final one. Got some LeBrons. I got a few LeBrons here, and I'm calling these LeBron base cards. I used to literally give these away, literally. I didn't think there was any value in the base cards. They were higher than they are now, obviously, because stuff's gone up, stuff's gone down. That base craze was ridiculous though, and yeah, I pretty much used to give them away. This optic's probably about $100 now. It used to be more, but still, that's a lot more than I ever thought a base card would be worth. I used to just sell my Prism base because I had so much of it and no room in large bulk. But to incentivize them to buy it, and just for very cheap, I would just toss in like LeBron Silvers, a bunch of parallels, some rookies, maybe stuff like that, like random things. Definitely LeBron Silvers. I remember several LeBron Silvers, pretty much just gave them away so I could sell the Prism base. And yeah, these weren't worth anything. I've never in my wildest dreams thought these cards would be worth anything. But I remember when Optic first made that big jump, that LeBron, this LeBron, the Luka from 18-19, all those went up. I remember when that happened, and I thought I was almost going to contact Blowout and say, oh, you guys made a mistake. Optic's 400 on your site. It should be 80, right? This makes no sense. Then I looked at some forums, and it was real. This was not a glitch. This was not a drill. It was for real, and I was like, what? I was like, LeBron base cards, who cares? Like, it's a base card. But it's his Lakers rookie, and then this is his Prism rookie for Lakers, and this is his first Optic. Now I really like the 16-17 Optic set, but never thought base card would be worth anything. Gave a bunch away. Still to this day, I'm just kind of surprised. I mean, that they have base cards have value, because I remember, first of all, pretty much no base cards have value except for the top guys now, and even those usually have very little. But I remember a little, maybe a few years ago, all the bases bye base, So these make the list. Final one. Once again, guys, if you like videos like this and want to see more like it, as always, like the video, helps us out. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Never miss a video. Turn on the notification bell, share, and comment. We'll have many, many more. So appreciate your support. It definitely helps us out, and more to come. So Luka Galactic. Why does this make the list? I got this recently. This was my most expensive sports card purchase ever. If you saw my recent mail days, you can go to my playlist, and they're all there. But yeah, Luka Doncic makes the list. And I paid 1,400, like roughly in that 14,000 range. Not 1,400, yeah, not 14,000. 14,000 range. And the last sale was about 21,600 was roughly the last sale, I'd say. So big jump. And I just got this card not too long ago. When I bought it, I was kind of on the fence, right? I wasn't too sure what to think. Yeah, it went up, and I don't know what happened, but I thought I did okay, and I thought we were kind of in that middle of that card just going down. I thought it would just continue to go down. I kind of just bought in the middle there, and it would drop a bit, but I really wanted the cards, so decided to buy it. But it actually it technically went back up, right? So the sale is 21,600. I talked to some people at the time when I bought it, and some were like, yeah, you did okay. Some were like, no, it's definitely gonna go up, and I wasn't really sure where to place it. Maybe in a little over what I paid, somewhere around there from general consensus. But this shows that it's definitely rebounded from where it was. It was in that 5 range, and I think it went down with my sale, and then it went back up with this one, and maybe it was one in between. But yeah, Luka, love Luka. Really happy to have this card, man. A lot of fun collecting times. Between this, there was 18, like around that time I was buying a lot of stuff, really starting to pick up how much I bought Luka, and then the Baker class, or not the Josh Allen class. And the Josh Allen rule is made because I had the Josh Allen Gold Prism. I pulled it from Packs in Paradise. So go to my playlist on the channel. If you go to my channel playlist, go to Packs in Paradise. In Spain, I opened a box of 18 Prism. Pulled the Josh Allen Gold. Pretty much begged someone to buy it off me eventually for like $300. Big L. But yes, I guess Josh Allen's class, long story short. Like Luka's a lot of fun. A lot of guys who if you were in that class, like Mar, right? Then you're sitting pretty. So yeah, really happy to have this card. Very unexpected to see it go up so fast, but it's a very special card. It's a very rare card, and one of his cleanest, best looking ones in my opinion. So that does it for this video here. Let me get a few to close off. And once again, if you guys want to see more like this, comment down below. Let me know, and we can definitely do some more. If you have any suggestions or recommendations, comment them down below. I'm curious, what are your most unexpected cards that went up in value? And also, what do you like the most from this video here, from these lists? What was your favorite one? What was the most unexpected for you? And yeah, once again, show the support in these videos. Lots more coming soon, so stay tuned. Drop a like if you like these videos, want to see more. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one, and turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss another video. And share, comment, we'll have many more like it. So fun stuff, a little different. And if you guys like these, once again, let me know. So that does it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.